And then they should have given them horrible names like OJ and Adolf.
Why?
Because then, like, when they fuck up, you feel justified being angry at them.
That's kind of funny. That's actually really funny. What is Chiefin, my dudes? I hope you're having a fantastic Friday, and it is the 1st of March when we're recording. So, since it is the 1st of March, we thought we would go ahead and celebrate women's herstory, if you will.
We love women.
We love women. Wouldn't be here without them.
We love women before it was cool to love women.
Yeah, we did. I don't know that it was never not cool.
It was never cool.
Actually, there were times that it wasn't cool to like women, and it was like, you can't vote, you can't do anything besides cook, clean, make babies. That was it.
Yeah, I looked up a lot of those dates of like famous legislation for women, and it's crazy how recent some of this stuff was.
Yeah.
Like the, what was it? 19th Amendment granted women the right to vote in 1920.
Yeah.
That was just 100 years ago.
So that means that Betty White was alive she was almost alive while that was going on. Mm-hmm. Or she might have been alive, depending on when her birthday is.
Just in 1963, there was a law that required men and women to get paid the same wage for the same work.
Yeah, that's
not that long ago. 1960.
There are so many things that's like women did not get rights for a lot of things until way later.
Yeah.
God, America is so fucked up.
Honestly,
well, not just America, the whole world pretty much was like that.
It's a South Park bait. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to apologize?
We're sorry. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have 3 women from history, to celebrate women's history.
I can't tell if I'm blurry or I'm just blind.
I mean, you look clear enough.
Yep, just blind.
You're just blind. That's
Dude, I'm blind as a bat. It's getting worse.
I mean, it's not going to get better with age.
I thought it would stay the same.
Oh, dude. So, actually, the reason I was late, so you said get here at 3:30. I got here at 3:31.
Son of a bitch. Because
out of the mailbox, it was like this giant, like, big sheet of paper in a yellow manila folder or whatever. And I'm like, well, that's intriguing,
Did you
right?
get served?
So I pulled it. I thought that's what I thought, right? Because nothing in that kind of envelope is a good sign,
Yeah.
right? So I pulled out, and it was like it was a life insurance policy for me. It said you're now eligible, and I was like, oh yeah, and I was like kind of like stricken with like a rush of mortality. I was like,
that was just direct mail advertising. Probably, right?
I know, it was, but it had my name on there. I had like little like stickers I could put on envelopes and stuff as like a return address, and I'm like, okay, so it gave me that, but also it says like you're now eligible for life insurance because you're that age, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna die one day.
Yeah, I remember your buddy tried selling us life insurance when we were like 23 years old.
Yeah, who was that?
You'll remember who it was?
It was it?
Yeah, it was.
It was
It was, yeah.
Because he was, yeah.
We, as responsible adults do, we were setting up N64 in the front yard, brewing beer and pounding alcohol. And we were being sold life insurance.
I think Josh was there too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That's the gin night.
Yes.
Where he was a total dick, and then the next morning pours out gin. He just has a full bottle of gin. He's like, never again, guys. Never again.
No, that was I thought the gin night was when
there
we
were
were
two,
all
there
sitting
were two
around.
gin nights.
He's like, can you guys fucking leave?
There were 2 gin nights. That was the first one. That was when I was like, damn, he was really aggressive with gin. So the first night was that, and he was like...
That I can agree with. Like, right now, I'd be really annoyed if we were all sitting around. It was like 2 a.m. and like, I just want to sleep.
But we're all sitting around, and he just goes, we're all having a great time. And he just goes, just go home. Didn't prompt it at all. Just straight to it, man. Right to the jugular. So that was that gin night. But I don't think any of us were like, yeah, we'll buy some life insurance, man.
You all do the polite thing like, oh yeah, I'll think about it.
Yeah.
Never. Let me get back to destroying with Kirby real quick, dude.
I mean, I was trying to be supportive because he was doing whatever he wanted to do at that point. But like, yeah, I wasn't ready to buy life insurance. I was like, dude, I'm probably not going to die for another 75 years.
Well, you subscribe to the motto that you're either going to die young or live forever.
Yeah, it was either die young or live forever.
So you will live forever.
That's always my mentality. I've always thought I'm going to die young or live forever.
So you've gotten past the first thing.
No,
You're not gonna
dude,
die
we're still young.
No, I think dying. Yeah, I guess dying at like 30 is young.
Dying at 40 is young. Dying at 50 is young.
No,
Anything past about
50 is when it
65.
starts to get like.
No. Once you can firmly accept the senior discount, that's when you are now old. At all
No,
places.
but dying at 50 is not young. I wouldn't say
That's
that
young.
young man died.
Dude, at 85 is about the normal lifespan of a human. So at 50, that's 30 years you're missing out on. 35 years.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call a 50-year-old young.
That's young.
No.
Oh, totally, dude. Totally.
No, young is like under 30.
Nah.
Above 30, you're not young.
Well, guess
anymore.
what, dude? I got about 7 months.
Yeah.
7 months to cash in on
I'm
this.
saying.
No, I'm telling you, before 65, you're young. At 65, once you can fully cash in on that senior discount at any place and they never deny you, you are old. I'm sorry. Sorry, Grandma. I think my parents are at that age now. Oh, no, that's...
Oh, man.
mortality, dude.
Go hug your old parents.
Sponsored by Four Loko.
Let's get into our favorite women of history. If you say the word his, please bleep anytime the word is said in this episode.
It is straight up a slur at this point.
It's a gender slur. I don't
Okay.
think that is a thing, huh?
No,
Gender
it
slur?
should be, though.
There's sexual slurs. There's racial slurs. There's gender slurs.
I mean, sex, that's...
bitch. That's a gender slur.
Yeah, okay, there's slurs. Okay.
Right.
I'm going to go first. The hide-and-seek champion of the world. Who do you think it is?
It's either... Don't speak. It's either Amelia Earhart or Anne Frank.
It's not Anne Frank because she's actually... she was found.
The champion can be found.
Yeah, the champion is...
Be found.
Cannot be found.
Yes.
Cannot be found.
How do you crown the champion?
When they say, okay, come out now, we're done looking, and then you're like, ha 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 ha, that's when you know that you're the champion.
Okay.
When they
So
basically...
who is this? Who?
Amelia Earhart.
Okay. We never found Amelia Earhart.
Exactly. She can't be found.
So he can't be crowned.
Oh my god. She was one of the first aviators to promote commercial air travel. Wrote best-selling books about her flying experiences. Was instrumental in the formation of the 1909s, an organization for female pilots. But what I thought was kind of interesting was, she was the first one to fly a solo mission across the Atlantic. But when she was basically crashed and we never found her, she actually had a co-pilot.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Neither did I. She had a navigator the whole time.
Lady?
No, a guy.
Ah.
Which is crazy. I mean, that's when you know history, because this is pretty far back in history, where a female pilot took precedence over a male pilot that was also lost. I didn't even know.
Co-pilot.
But he's not even there. I mean, okay, you got Maverick and Goose, but you remember Goose?
It's more like Hitler and Hitler's wife.
But this is roles reversed, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You only care about the main.
It's just interesting. I just thought that was
That
really...
would be horrible if the news stories were co-pilot missing.
But-
it's like the first female pilot.
But also, I mean, think about how the family feels, though. Like,
Yeah, that's
they're like, oh man, poor Amelia Earhart. They're like, are you fucking kidding me? That was my grandpa that was lost there, too. But yeah, I mean, she was going through a whole, like, around the world trip and then crashed, or, quote unquote, crashed somewhere near the
R.I.P..
Pacific. Yeah.
R.I.P.
But yeah, I mean, she led the groundwork for female pilots all around the world.
Indio just farted.
Did he really?
Yep.
I couldn't smell it.
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh.
My number one is Griselda Blanco Restrepo.
Oh yeah, she's cool.
Griselda. I found Griselda because there's a rap group named Griselda Records. They're really good. I was like, where'd this come from? It's this one lady. She's also known as the cocaine godmother. She was born in Cartagena, Colombia, 1943. Criminal career began in the 70s. She became involved in drug trade in New York City. She's known for very violent tactics, involved in over 40 murders. She's notorious for drug smuggling operations that use creative tactics like putting cocaine in baby carriages and even corpses.
Shit, dude. Corpses?
Mm-hmm. She was assassinated in 2012, but this is basically what's the guy in Narcos? Pablo Escobar?
Yeah, Pablo Escobar.
This is the female Pablo Escobar. Doesn't get enough credit, you know. We praise Pablo Escobar and El Chapo, but no one talks about Griselda. So Griselda, thank you.
That's wild. That she started putting it in baby carriages and coffins?
I don't know how... Baby carriages and corpses, and I don't know the truth to this.
Wait, in corpses?
There was... I read something. She put cocaine in the corpses of babies that were in baby carriages.
Oh.
Don't know if that's true, because I saw
Dude.
two different things. One was just in carriages. One was in babies in carriages.
That's dark. That's fucked up,
Yeah.
dude. By the way, I saw Cocaine Bear.
Was it good?
It's pretty good. I was kind of shocked.
It's such a...
It's a weird concept based on a
true
true story.
Just completely like wanting to laugh.
Based on a true story, though. But this true story is that a bear got into cocaine and OD'd. What happens in the movie is completely different.
Yeah.
It's badass,
That's
though.
fun interpretation.
It's very graphic, but it's a good movie. I would recommend it. My number 2 is, and I don't condone her views on certain things, but J.K. Rowling. You can't deny she was a fantastic writer. I know.
Tough.
Fantastic writer, though. When you have a whole world that you've now created, and Universal Studios makes it into a world out of your books, makes it into... I just realized I'm wearing the Deathly Hallows shirt. Makes it into a screenplay, a movie.
There's way better ladies than
All I'm saying,
J.K.
but here's the
Rowling.
thing, though.
Like, she just created some stories.
It's not just creating stories, though.
Yes.
She was homeless, completely homeless for, I think, years. And while that was happening, she was thinking up stories and stuff and writing stuff, and then showed her books to 12 different publishers, and they denied her. Could you imagine being one of those 12 that was like, nah, sorry, thank you, though. Appreciate it, but get the fuck out. And then now you look at it, you're like, oh my
It's
God.
like that all the time, like the Squid Games guy. He was trying to sell that show for years.
Yeah, and then he just did it himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a persevering story of you get said no to so many times, and also you're homeless. You're without anything over your head, and you're still like, I'm going to make something beautiful for the world.
Yeah.
And then also... spread my shitty views on shit.
Yeah, but like make something beautiful for the world. She was looking to get rich. She wasn't looking to just spread a great message. She's like, I have some cool ideas for a story. I think people would buy this.
Yeah, it's not just
but not like, there's no altruism to it.
Okay, but doing things that you love and making money doing it doesn't mean that you didn't want to do it to spread love in the world or spread, a great message to the world. Which she did. In the very first movie, it says, oh, the way that you got protected was love.
I mean, I guess she would just put it out unpublished, though, or like fucking share it with the pigeons.
Yeah, but also she was homeless.
Share it with the pigeons at the park, dude, or whatever they do at Britain.
She's just fucking talking to a bunch of pigeons. They're like,
J.K. Rowling, okay, that's a notable author.
Not amazing. I mean, I get, she's got some skeletons in her closet, but
I mean,
she's done some great stuff.
I don't know if this one's going to be as good as J.K.
You
Rowling.
put some fucking cocaine in babies, dead babies.
I mean, do you think this is as good as Harriet Tubman? Yeah. She freed 300 slaves as a former slave herself. Is that as good as... I mean, she did it for love, I think. I don't even think she did it for money.
She did it for money. They paid her. No, but I said I didn't want to do stuff that I learned in school besides Amelia Earhart because... Honestly, I just wanted to say a hide-and-seek champion.
Oh, no, she freed over 700 slaves. Sorry.
Yeah, dude, she did a great job. Wasn't it like follow the drinking gourd? And then
I don't know.
You don't even know about your own history.
No, I don't remember learning about... I remember, like, reading a paragraph, like, in a history book about Harriet Tubman.
And that's
I don't think enough
it.
time was, like, dedicated, probably. And she suffered, like, a head injury from, like, or... seizures from a head injury during like one of the escapes and stuff. Like,
damn.
Really heroic story of this lady continually risking her life to free slaves. That's wild if you just put yourself in that like point of view.
Yeah, I mean, if you do it once,
she didn't write a book though about. She didn't write a book about wizards though.
Do it once and that's amazing, but she kept doing it even after the thought of like I could get caught. I could become a slave.
I'm sure there
again.
were bounties for her at some point too.
Oh, for sure. And they were relentless back then, dude. They sent dogs on you. They sent firing squads for people. I'm sure they had
there wasn't like
bounties.
friendly police to come get you. They're just trying to kill you on sight.
Yeah, I guess she's better than J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, but I mean, J.K. Rowling made Dobby.
He hates Dobby so much. I love Dobby. He's great. My number 3, my final one, is Frida Kahlo. She was a huge advocate for...
The unibrow?
Yeah, for women, art, Mexico, body positivity for women before it was cool, because pretty sure she had a mustache and a unibrow, and kept it. Like, that was good on you, man. But what you may not know about Frida Kahlo is she was on a trolley, and a bus like ran into the trolley, and she had a straight up metal pole go right through her abdomen. So she was in a full body cast after that accident, and that's when she started painting. She gave up her whole pre-med program, and she couldn't really go to school anyway. They didn't have online classes back then. So she gave up all that, and they were like, to kind of keep your spirits up, why don't you start painting? Mm-hmm. So she started painting her cast, which I don't know, maybe she did her legs or something, because she was in a full body cast. So maybe she did like, her legs,
That's
something like
wild.
that. And I think that I want to say I saw it in the movie that she painted with her mouth at one point, because she couldn't really use her hands and legs and stuff. And then found out that she couldn't have kids because the pipe like fucked up her insides, or the pole fucked up her insides. And then her leg was
That's usually how people do have kids.
laying pipe in the insides, man. But then her leg got so fucked up they had to amputate it, and because it was like, what the fuck? What's gangrene?
It's so in Compton there's gang yellow and gang green, and they don't like each other.
Got it. That's weird, because to make green, you got to mix yellow and blue.
Yeah, that's funny you said that, because there was originally the blue and yellow gangs.
You Bloods or the Crips.
And I don't know what you're talking about.
Crips are blue.
And then they mixed the green and the yellow gang, and they created Gang Green. But however, some early dissenting members of Gang Yellow split from Gang Green, and that's why you have
the Crips.
The riots of LA, the color riots.
That makes sense. No, but seriously, like, is it just like a bad infection?
I think it's just like a bacterial infection.
Because it's a term for it, so it's got to be green, right? Ugh.
Yeah.
But yeah,
she got gangrene?
Yeah, so she had to get her leg amputated.
Damn, that sucks.
She had a hard life, dude.
Yeah. I even know she was a painter. I had no idea why she was famous. I just always seen her picture. My last one is a lady I don't think gets enough credit, Joan Rivers.
Didn't she die?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I used to always say that as a joke.
I know.
You know who died? Joan Rivers. And I'd be like 3 years old.
Yeah, I know. You'd be like, dude, Joan Rivers.
But she was a good comic. She was a trailblazer for lady comedians. She was the first female host of a late night talk show, which is great. She covered for Johnny Carson, which was the kingmaker back in the day for comedy. And she was objectively like really funny and did like racy comedy, like wasn't afraid to make fun of people. A little too much plastic surgery, but I think Joan Rivers does not get her due. She's a very funny comedian, and I think she deserves to be on this female Mount Rushmore.
Wasn't she, I don't know why I'm asking you. The answer is going to be, I don't know. But I think that she was in Shrek 2.
Yeah.
He doesn't fucking know.
She was the announcer.
What announcer?
For when they do the game show. You son of a bitch.
Close. No, it was when they were coming out on the red carpet, and she was like, "Oh my God, it's Sleeping Beauty!"
Oh, I said game show. I meant...
and then she just falls down.
I have a couple of Joan Rivers jokes.
Okay.
I don't want to say that my husband was unfaithful, but on our wedding day, when I said I do, he said I already did.
That's pretty good.
I haven't read some of these. I don't have pet peeves. I have major psychotic hatreds. I don't exercise. If God wanted me to bend over, he'd have put diamonds on the floor.
I thought it was going to be a sex joke. I'm really glad it wasn't.
My famous herstory ladies, Joan Rivers, Harriet Tubman, which I know is not as good as J.K. Rowling, and Griselda.
All right, mine... Amelia Earhart, number 1 hide-and-seek champion of the world. J.K. Rowling, transphobic writer. And again, I'm praising her for her perseverance and her writing abilities, not for her views. And
so say J.K. Rowling like pre-2017.
She probably still had those views before 17.
Hey, it's okay if you don't say it. We don't know. You can't.
Yeah, I guess because you have the idea, the perception of what you think the person is like.
Once it's public knowledge, then it's a little testy to choose.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Like everyone was a Crystalia fan in 2014.
I wasn't.
Oh really?
I liked. I never. Even
was a good comedian.
I see him in clips now, and I click not interested. I don't care. I liked him when he was in Workaholics, and he was Beaver Hole 69. He was funny then. He was like, "Hey guys, actually, I got some errands to run." Like that was funny. But then I saw him like in stand up. I'm like,
They're supposed to do a Workaholics movie, and they canceled it
because of that.
No, without him.
Well, that
would have been so sick.
Who was my number 3?
Frida Kahlo.
Frida Kahlo.
We're very diverse. You have a UK female, you have a Latinx female, and you have a American. Is Amelia Earhart American or British?
I'm pretty sure she's British. Or I don't know. I mean American.
All right, then I have a Colombian female, a African American female, and Joan Rivers.
I have a couple honorable mentions.
Oh, I have the opposite of that. Done.
Well, I guess mine's the opposite of it as well.
Oh,
not
okay.
really. It is and it's not.
This is a lady that I hate.
Okay, I don't have that. But what I do have is Helen of Troy, which I heard.
Yeah.
I heard Helen of Troy is beautiful, right? Absolutely stunning. Everyone's like, wow. Her
Really?
beauty. Yeah.
I haven't heard that.
I have. I heard it's like, oh, I wish I could go back in time.
Joan of Arc.
It was like, oh, I wish I could go back in time and see Helen of Troy or sleep with Helen of Troy, right? I looked up paintings of her. She does not look that attractive.
I'm sure the paintings don't do her justice.
I don't know, dude. I mean, you would think that they'd at least make her look better. Like George Washington, he had some, and they made his chin look bigger than it was because he didn't like his chin. So like, you can make the paintings look better than they actually are. So unless these people were making the paintings look worse than she actually was, then she wasn't that attractive to me.
Okay.
So I'm just shocked that it was like, really, that's who you're okay.
What'd she do? Helen of Troy.
Her name was Helen, and she lived in Troy.
Oh.
I don't know what she did. All I know is I was looking up someone to talk about, and then I looked up her, and I was like, well, she's not that attractive.
Oh my god.
Because it stuck in my head.
Frida
of like,
Kahlo, fuck it, dime.
I'm not saying I picked her for her beauty. What I'm saying is I wanted to see what everyone else is talking about when they say Helen of Troy is beautiful.
Got it.
And I didn't see it.
I hate this woman. She's the worst. She literally gives me headaches every day. If she was physically manifested, then I might go to jail. Siri is the worst.
Oh.
Followed up with Alexa. Why did they... People are harboring deep-seated hatred towards women because of all the frustrations with voice-to-text things.
There are times when
hate them.
I'm screaming at Alexa.
Yes.
I'm like, Alexa, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Like, hey, every time I ask for the weather, I don't want a suggestion afterwards.
It's so true.
So like,
because
and you can't tell them to not suggest anything every time they suggest something.
Because I've had it where I say something and then she's like, by the way, you can also. I'm like, no. I just wanted this, and then I walked away. I don't want to continue to hear. Yeah.
And then they should have given them horrible names like OJ and Adolf.
Why?
Because then, like, when they fuck up, you feel justified being angry at them.
That's kind of funny. That's actually really funny.
Like, Siri is the worst. You ask her anything, she doesn't know.
Dude, okay, no. Siri, but also sometimes Alexa, you'll say something and she's like, I'm not quite sure. I'm like, you're the fucking internet. How do you not know? Because I somewhat knew. That's why I asked her the question, and you don't even know the fucking answer. Yeah. What pissed me off was the other day, I asked I have a Google Home device, and I was like, okay, Google, cancel my timer, because I was already going towards the garage. It was for my laundry or whatever, and so she canceled it, but she didn't say that she canceled it, so I didn't think that she heard me. So I was like, okay, Google, cancel my timer. And she goes, there's not any timers right now. And I was like, did I hear some fucking sass from you? Like, are you serious right now?
Awesome.
She's like, it doesn't look like there's any timers, but thank you. And I was like, okay.
Do you need help learning how to set a timer?
I'm like, you son of a bitch. I was pretty pissed. That's probably the most mad I've been because I felt like there was sass involved with what she said back.
Like you were the crazy person.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, don't do that. I can unplug you. And that's when it gets dark. That's when it gets really dark.
But thankfully, all the other ladies out there aren't them.
Yes, very true.
And we love you.
And for that reason, we love you.
Thank you for joining us, the 2 females that listen. Everyone else, stick with us next week. We got a fun episode. We're doing Rotten Tomatoes for the month of March. A lot of fun coming. Who's going to be the ninny? I don't know. Stick around. From all of us here at the Chiefin Podcast, keep it Chiefin.
Keep it Chiefin.
Good sewed, guys.